to look like a whore, even though you're not a whore, guys are going to assume you're a whore. If I put myself out, right, and I'm a fat piece of shit, right, and I'm not confident and I stutter when I talk and I'm not charismatic, I'm not charming, you won't give me a chance if I try to come up to you. You might not know that I'm like rich and famous and all this other shit, but you're like, you're kind of weird. I'm just going to judge a book by its cover. I'm not interested. That's how men move with women too. The difference is that men curve women silently and you won't even know that you missed a chance sometimes.
No, I understand that. Like I said, I believe that, men's opinion matters. Like, I want to know exactly how they feel. But I won't lie and say that if you're at the beach and a man picks you up, he sees you in a bikini, like, am I not supposed to wear a bikini anymore?
No one's saying you can't wear a bikini to the beach. We're just saying posting it online is for male validation specifically.
But I want to say posting online has started with like Facebook. Like, that's how I
Yeah.
grew up. And I remember us posting just not for anything. I believe Instagram became more of a monetary gain for people. And when they
But
realized
it's
they were
literally
getting
a
more
game.
I'll put it like this
Literally
though.
a
Facebook
game.
is where you could accept friends and family, and it's up to you if you want to have random people on your Facebook. Now, this is the question I've been trying to ask for the longest. Do you guys even know like how deep is the internet? Like, it's worldwide. You're not just posting for your friends and family. You're posting for the whole entire world to see. A man in Australia or fucking in the UK could see your shit and like it. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of girls are ignorant to this fact that it's worldwide. What you're posting, everybody's gonna see it. Somebody's gonna screenshot that. Let's say you post your husband down the line and you used to do OnlyFans or whatever the case might be. They're gonna send him you sucking dick to his DMs. Like, look, this is your wife, haha. And how you think he's gonna feel at that point?
Well, that has to be
I'm just saying an example. I'm not really. It's not a general type of thing, but I'm just saying in retrospect, when you post that bikini picture, you're posting it for the whole entire world. And I think a lot of women don't truly understand what the whole world is. You understand? Because we're just so used to just being here with our friends and families, but it's like you literally have random people knowing or looking at you or being obsessed with you without even knowing it.
And
I mean,
yeah, that is
to
scary.
your point,
that is scary.
I get what you're saying because there's a couple out there that actually have a good relationship that are in that scenario. The girl's posting pictures in bikini. However, you don't see the underlying issues that may come up from her doing that. For example, random DMs, getting offers. Her husband may fall short here and there. And you know what? This guy's that tin, not like a man anymore. I'm going to try this opportunity. So it does lead to certain, I want to say, underlying issues. But ultimately, it can work. But is the guy have his hiccups? Probably it might. So
yeah, of course. But like, I work with data, so I understand the digital footprint. But your digital footprint isn't in everything you do. No matter where you go,
on Instagram it is.
No, I'm saying it's in everything you do.
Yeah.
I'm saying with texting, where you go, putting your address in maps, your digital footprint is everywhere. Whatever you put online, it is there. So I'm not trying to like find a way. I understand that. Like, if you're out there doing something and you marry someone, they're going to find out. But I'm just saying in a sense, it's like
it was more towards her.
Oh yeah. So my whole thing
towards
is,
you.
the whole, the whole bikini pics and all that thing. Like I said, I'm 22 years old. I'm not looking to settle down right now. Maybe I could be looked bad upon for that, but I'm just not. I've been in a long relationship. I know how relationships can be toxic, even know how much you love someone. I know how much you need to grow as a person before you even get into a serious relationship. So my whole thing is, like you said, Instagram is a game. As a woman, you gotta get it how you live in. So by my page, the way I carry myself, I'm not OnlyFans. I'm not like whatever. I'm not out there like that at all, in my opinion.
I have a question for you.
But my Instagram gives me opportunities.
Okay, what are those opportunities? Like somebody taking you out on a date, modeling gigs, going on a yacht?
Yeah, stuff like that. Fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But not even the date part, just like being around celebrities, all that. And I'm not saying that's like what I do for my life, but mind you, I'm a working woman.
Opportunity.
I'm a working woman, so my Instagram is my game. Literally, that's what it is for me.
But the thing is, Myron and Fresh always says this. That's our advantage as a woman. We're capable of being anywhere. We just have to be invited. Now, for the guys had to work and be at a certain level to have that status, to have that boat, to have those things in order for you guys to enjoy it. Does that make sense? And I feel like, again, a lot of women don't really see that or cater to the thought of it. You know what I'm saying? They just, I'm a yacht. I'm drunk as fuck. You know, like on some,
A new background for a bikini photo.
you know what I'm saying? OnlyFans. Like at the end of the day, it comes to a point where it's just like, I don't know. To me, it's just getting disgusting. It's like, why would you post that?
I mean, that's fine. I get it. You're using your Instagram to create opportunities for yourself and everything else like that. And that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
she's
just
single.
want you to understand that like there are consequences to what you do now. And I don't think women understand that you have a finite amount of time to consolidate and to find the best man that you can when you're young and beautiful, and certain behaviors and images, etc., might disqualify you from the man that wanted you, but then he sees a certain image and he might not want to take you seriously. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, this is how men look at a woman's Instagram. If a guy sees a girl partying all the time on boats, in exclusive parties, around celebrities, in certain social situations of exclusivity and luxury, he's going to assume she's promiscuous and not take her seriously. He's going to think, okay, this is that type of girl. He's going to put her in that box. And here's the thing. I've met plenty of girls that do that type of shit and aren't necessarily hoes. They're just teasers. They like to have fun, etc. But the problem is that you're going to get put in a box with all those girls, and they're going to assume that you're behaving that way, which is what sucks because girls really do. The thing is, y'all get judged, but you guys don't even know you're getting judged because you're getting silently curved by a lot of guys. And if you're okay with that, and you are okay with the fact that you're going to potentially limit options for yourself in the future that will take you seriously, that's fine. But I just want women to understand that what you do, especially on the internet, definitely has consequences that can come back to haunt you. I mean, we've had girls on the show that used to be city girls and OnlyFans or maybe have some kind of sex work, and they deeply regret the decisions they made when they
No,
were
I do.
younger. I mean, Icy can tell you about
How
this
old are
from
you?
experience.
I'm 28. I used to be a dancer.
When'd you stop?
When a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago.
So you just came to this realization, really?
It was more or less because of my son and survival, you know, and then I came across this podcast randomly, and yeah,
Misogyny.
Aaron, you know what? I never gave this man his real credit. A shout out to Aaron to actually believing in me, cause shit, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here, and I would have never changed my life the way it did. So,
Well, to be fair,
amazing.
he used to be a teacher.
oh shucks.
He saw the light in you, Icy.
Saw the light in me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Icy, do you want to? I mean, it's up to you if you want to talk about this. I was gonna mention this later, but I
No,
guess since
go-
we're on the topic,
okay.
I mean, do you want to tell her kind of because you were in her shoes 4 or 5 years ago, easily, right?
Yeah.
What's my shoes exactly? Please
I mean,
explain.
you're posting a bikini picture compared to me
I saw-
just
all right.
being on a strip pole dancing and going crazy and being on ceilings, you know, like that. I was crazy party lifestyle promoter. I was doing everything nightlife. I was making my money. And at the end of the day, I was not doing sex work. I would like to make that very clear. It was more or less on the lines of finessing. I like to finesse. I like
Yeah.
playing the teasing and like, oh, yeah, you think you got some pussy? No, you're not. But at the end of the day, it gets to a point where it's like, it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
But look where I'm at right now.
No, I
I had a
definitely agree
child
with
out of
you.
wedlock. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't have a man that is secure by my side right now with my child. And as I'm raising my child, I'm seeing how badly. Fuck, I feel like this girl. Stop! I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna cry on camera. I
No,
refuse.
it's fine. I think
But-
they need to hear this. Go ahead. I mean, Chris, don't be a fucking moron. Let her speak, please.
At the end
Go
of the day, it's important to have a man in your life. Fuck. It's really important because of the simple fact that just seeing my son raised without a son, like a father, it hurts. It really does. And you know what? I'm happy for you because it's like when you have that situation, you realize that it's like, this is my man. I'm going to worship him. And this is the family I'm going to create. When I'm a grandma and I have the whole entire room filled with my grandchildren, that is your real value. And no women really talk about that. Andrew Tate spoke about it here in the podcast. And that's something that he said that I will always hold to me because of my son, you know? So at the end of the day, a man plays an important role in our lives. And we always want to sit there, oh, they ain't shit just because they cheating. What's a real thing that a man does besides cheating that hurts you? Can y'all answer that question?
Lying, deceit.
But that's selling the dream. Let's take
Abuse.
that out the thing. If a man, no, fuck that. I'm gonna take that back in. If a man lies to you, but yet he's providing everything for you, I will put it like this: you should take it with a grain of salt because if he tells you the truth, he does not give two fucks about you.
But
At all.
why should I accept that?
Why not play the dance?
But why should I accept
Because
that?
Because he's doing his job as a man.
Yeah.
But that's what you value as a man.
Yeah.
You're
I
home.
feel like everything is a perception of yourself. That's all I can say. Like that's
So
your
what do you
perception.
value
What I value,
from
I
your-
value morals.
from your man?
For my man,
Yeah.
honesty, integrity, to make sure if he wants to support, that's fine. I mean, I hope that we can be a great household that, unites, but I do want him to be a leader. I mean, I want to be able to lean on my man, but I don't need him to cheat on me and then just accept it because he helps provide.
So in that sense, he could be broke.
No, but I don't need a man that's like making millions of dollars. If I'm making a great income, if he's making a great income as well, why can't we just survive?
Well, that just goes into what they say when a woman isn't making a certain amount of money, her mindset changes, and you're at a point where you can no longer be submissive to a man.
But no, I'm definitely submissive to my man.
But to a certain level, you can't
You're
be fully
conditionally submissive.
You can't be fully submissive because of the amount of money you're making. Because you have that mindset that I'm making X amount of money, I can do that for myself, so I don't need him to provide for me. So I'm not going to accept that from him.
But that's not my mindset.
But that's exactly what you just said.
My mindset, in a sense, is like I don't think
you
I
and your
can
guy,
survive him.
You say you've been in a relationship for a year. You and your guy are equal.
No,
Is he better than you? Does he make more money than you? Does he have more status than you? Is he older than you? More experienced than you?
no, he's older than me, more experienced than me. But
Okay, so you guys are not equal.
yeah, we're not equal. I'm
so
not
you
saying
submit
that's
to him
equal.
because he's better than you. That's their point.
Pretty much.
No, in a sense, I submit to him the way he treats me. I'm very. The way I was raised is not in a sense of, oh, someone has to provide and make sure that this is that and this is
Yeah,
that.
the way
It's
he treats you, he's a leader in the relationship. His masculinity, etc. All these things are what make you submit. Is what she's trying to say. Like a woman, it's very difficult for a woman to submit to a man who is lesser than herself.
Not in a sense. I said, like, for me, what my thing is communication. The reason why I submit to the man I'm with now because he listens to me. When no, I'm so serious because
Is he
I
gay?
Okay, that might be a component.
Okay, I'm saying in a sense.
Stupid.
I'm saying in a sense, it's like
Alright.
I talked to people who've made a lot of money, but they don't respect me as a person.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to say, hey, something bothers me, and someone actually listen. They don't have to say like, oh, well, I'm not like you got to deal with it. Blah blah. I just want to be like, okay, well, I understand where you came from. This is what I'm going to continue doing. I just wanted to let you know it's not.
I think the bottom line here is that the man has to exercise some level of competence.
Yeah, emotional
for
maturity.
For you to be able to submit to him, which is what they're trying to establish. And they're saying for you to find a guy like that, it's not easy. So if he fucks another girl, it ain't that serious. But I think just because we kind of went off on a tangent there with that. Isa, do you have anything else that you want to say as far as like as far as like mistakes that girls make when they're I mean, again,
it's just having
Yeah.
our opportunities of spinning plates. And what I mean by spinning plates is having as many options of guys as you want. And the thing is, you have to learn how to vet correctly in order to be in a great situation. Now, if you just go by life and just live through it and not give a fuck, and it's always a party, it's always this, it's always like the same insane routine, but it's getting you nowhere, it's not worth it, man. Honestly.
Do you have anything you want to respond to that? I mean,
I
like
feel
she's
like-
basically kind of lived the life that you're living now to a degree, maybe even more so. And she's kind of
yeah.
warning you. And I mean, it's up
and-
to you how you want to adapt.
And
but
this is what I'm saying.
ahead.
There's a balance, I believe. And I don't know. Do you guys believe in soulmates? Like finding a soulmate?
No.
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 I believe that. Like you can have multiple soulmates in your life at different periods of time that can always teach you different things and elevate you to learn to the next level. Like I said, we're here to experience and to reach our highest point of enlightenment.
You believe in reincarnation?
Only if you haven't finished your job here, and I mean that to a certain extent. Like you would have to come back here and do that shit over again.
I see your problem.
That could be your opinion.
Get some help.
Oh,
I don't-
fresh.
no.
She's an Aries fresh.
No, but
I'm not an Aries.
so
I'm an Aquarius.
so these soulmates, right? When you find them, do they go away?
No, not they. They don't all ever go away.
Soul
I
ties
found
does.
one soulmate before, and he
How'd you know he was a soulmate? How'd you know?
because the experience that I've had with him shaped me into the person that I am now.
Wouldn't you say that most people you meet are gonna shape you in a good or bad way?
Yeah.
Soulmate or not?
Yeah, of course, everyone you meet is a reflection of you.
So that means they're all your soulmates?
No, but when you find that one person that
Mhm.
you guys, it's
I think you
fits-
mean soul ties is where you're trying to get at, not really so much a soulmate.
Oh no, she means soulmates, but I'm trying to understand
Okay, for sure.
what's
How
the
can you have multiple
difference
soulmates?
between that and someone regular.
What's the difference between that and someone regular? Because there's no friction. There's no question about it. There's no what someone did on Instagram 10 years ago come into play. There's no what someone does with their money, what career they have. That shit doesn't really matter.
let's
When you're
run
trying
through-
to fit
hold
a
on.
circle into a box, that's what I feel like a lot of you guys are talking about, like trying to be a certain way for a certain man. When you're supposed to be with the person you're supposed to be with, there's no friction. It
Right.
goes smoothly. You guys learn from each other. You guys talk about your past. All that is an experience, and you learn to love someone for that past.
I think
If someone's judging
Mhm.
you and willing to leave you and this and the third discard you, then they are not the person for you.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I think the wording of soulmate should be changed to compatible, because your example of it is not a soulmate. A soulmate is someone in a dictionary, I would say, is someone that actually is meant for you no matter what. But if they leave, then they weren't really meant for you. So I think the word compatible is more the word you want to use, just because the context is different.
Sure. But like I was saying, you do have to meet certain people in your life to experience what you do like and what you do need.
Indeed.
So, like I said, I've had one really serious relationship, and that was enough for me. And I'm literally only 22. That may be old to some people. That some people have kids in high school. It's them the third. Like that's not me. And that's not the life I want to live.
So let me ask you a question. What's a higher likelihood of success? Something that's possible or something that's probable?
For me, something possible, and I know that because I'm successful now.
Okay. Statistically speaking, right? What would you rather go with? If it was life or death, would you want to go with something that was probable versus something that was possible?
Probable.
Okay. Why probable?
Because the likelihood, but like
Okay.
sometimes
on.
like
Okay, good. Because you're mentioning something about soulmate and someone compatible, and there's someone out there. And I've noticed that with women, they tend to lean on the side of possible, and men typically have to operate on the side of probable. See, men don't have the privilege of saying, I'm going to find a soulmate. For a man, it's got to be a soul make. What I mean by that is I got to make myself a girl's dream soulmate. I got to get out there, make money, become successful, go to the gym, become competent, etc. Men don't believe in this heebie-jeebie, it's possible soulmate stuff. I got to make myself the soulmate that a girl would want, right? And then women have the privilege of finding the guy and be like, that's my soulmate. But what she doesn't realize is that guy had to suffer for years, if not decades, to become that soulmate for her. Now, what I'm saying is on the female side, imagine if women preserved their value, stayed feminine, went to the gym, took care of herself, didn't abstain from certain behaviors that might lower her value, lower her purity. I would argue her chances, right, the probability of finding the man, right, that she wants goes up. Just like the man working on himself, the probability goes up. Because what you're saying about finding a guy that will like you as you come, though it is possible, is it probable? No, because what women don't realize is the very man that you want has options, is attractive, has money, has status, etc. To a degree, doesn't have to be a multimillionaire, but the man that you want, that dream man, that Christian Grey that women want, other women want him too. So how are you going to set yourself apart? If you want that guy, you're going to have to work on yourself too, because he damn sure worked on himself. So
yeah, of course.
if you're doing what every other girl is doing, partying, living life, being single, young, wild, and free, how do you really set yourself up from all the other girls when this guy worked to set himself apart?
I can't speak.
Your probability of attracting that guy comes down.
Yeah, sure. But like I just said, you have to go through experiences in life as a woman to also know what you like too. Because
I disagree.
I would say that lowers your value to a man. The more experience. Like, what do you mean by
I
experience?
mean,
Like men?
meeting people, it doesn't have to be sexual. I've been in relationships where people where we never had sex before.
Stop the cap.
No, I'm being for real. Like it doesn't have once I've liked certain things about people before I've had sex with them, but then before they even took it to that spot, there was certain things that I know I didn't like about them, which would make me not want to have sex with them. That's an experience. So in seeing what this person brought to the table and versus what they didn't bring is going to make me more experienced to find what I do like, because I do not want to be in an unhappy marriage. I don't want to.
But that experience, hold on, that experience that you're talking about getting comes at a cost. As you gain more experience, you lose value. As a man gains more experience, he gains value because men are admired and respected under the pretense that they provide value. And for a man to provide value, he has to go out there and conquer and experience. Women are loved under the pretense that they're pure and they're untouched. This is why since the beginning of time, even to this day, women walk down in a white dress in their wedding. Why? To signify purity. That's what men want. So I get what you're saying. Like, I think I should have experience, blah, blah, blah. But I have to keep telling you, what does the man want? What does the man want? Honestly, if a guy's going to bust his ass for decades and become a somebody, typically he's going to want to go ahead and get a girl that hasn't been with that many bodies. That's just how it is. That's how men may select. Just like it's deep in your ingrained, brain that you want a guy that's taller than you, makes more money than you, more status. Men is deep in our brain. We want a girl that doesn't have experience. You value experience.
Doesn't make money, doesn't have status.
No, I'm saying you want that.
I'm speaking for men. Is that what men want?
It's not as important to us as it is for you. If I was to give it an equivalent, if I had an amazing sneaker collection, would you really care about that, realistically speaking? No. That's how men feel about your career and your education. Same level of, that benefits you, but it doesn't benefit me.
I believe every man wants a modest woman, a woman that doesn't twerk around, that doesn't drink, that doesn't party, that stays home, that cleans for them, and that cooks, that worships them. And if you show yourself as a party girl, no man will want you. Maybe for one night stand, but that's not wifey material. And I promise you, you want to be wifey material. And we can all have a past, and you can go through there, and you can build yourself to be wifey material. That's how you're going to find the happiness when you're a wife and when you're raising your sons and they are proud of you and not ashamed. And I'm sure with these bikini pictures, they are going to be ashamed.
Right. I think the most.
You can go back to my Instagram. There's no bikini pictures. I feel like that was drawn way too much out of context.
It's not the pictures. It's like, again, it's what
it's literally was drawn way too much out of context.
It's what you got to understand that men are visual creatures. So if you have that, they're going to insinuate certain things. And just remember, if I'll put it this way, so it's simple. So you guys kind of have a cheat code. Men and women are opposites, right? So women value men that can attract other women and have experience. Men value women that don't attract other men and are pure. Women want guys that are tall and strong. Men want women that are feminine and docile. Women want a guy that's strong and masculine. It's just how it is. We're opposites. So whenever you ask yourself, what does a man want? What do I want? And then put the opposite of that, there's a high likelihood you're going to be correct. But I think what women make the mistake of is they think that men want the same things in them that they want in a man. And the reality is that's not true. I mean, look at your relationship. I guarantee you, right? Her man's the breadwinner. He's the leader. He's the decision maker. He's the authority in the household. She's the submissive. She takes care of the household, etc. Men and women shine when we lean into our characteristics that make us different. But when women try to be men and men try to be women, that's when we end up in the clown world that we're in now. It just doesn't work.
To be fair, your picture isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
But I know they're not.
But the principle, it's what you're trying to.
I hear the principle, and trust me, I know it. Like, my parents were married. My mom, to my TMI, whatever the comms are going to say, my mom used to be a dancer. My dad was married with her throughout that whole entire time, regardless of whether or not they're married now. But what I'm saying is, he accepted her and they love each other still to this day, whether they're not married now. But I have both of my parents in my life, and they're the strongest people I have. Their relationship is just as tight as it once was, even though they're not married. That is a soulmate, in my opinion, soul tie. Like, we are still a family.
How long did the marriage last?
At least 15 years.
15 years? I mean, again,
it was toxic. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't the best situation.
I'm sure your dad fucked some girls on the side.
So,
Chris,
I mean, I get it. Like, okay,
no, I don't. No.
Oh,
Let's go back on that. My dad wasn't the breadwinner throughout the entire relationship.
So
my
that's
mom,
why the marriage didn't work.
Yeah.
So I don't think my dad was fucking hoes on the side. Let's reiterate that.
Okay. So your mom was the breadwinner.
They both did carry their part, but there was times where she was above him.
Okay.
And that's just how life works sometimes. It's not gonna be black and white how we want it to be. It's just not.
I get that, but why not? Here's the thing. I get that, you can't control life or whatever, but there are certain things that you are in control of to make yourself a more attractive mate so that you have more options. I'm just telling you, as a woman, the game to be the most attractive, to get more options, isn't what mainstream media tells you. Mainstream media tells you, live your life, go out there, fuck men, get your degree, earn money, You deserve the best still. Like what I'm saying is that this is going to set you up for failure a lot of times and destruction. I mean, I hate to use Icy as an example, but she quite literally is telling you, yo, I believed and did exactly what you're doing 6 years ago. And look at me now. I
And
made a lot of
more.
mistakes. And it's set me up for, I mean, she was about to, no offense, I don't mean to pick on you, but she was about to cry about it, talking about it. So, I mean, again, you can do the lifestyle that you want. It's cool. I'm not bashing you for it, but what I am saying is that I want you to understand that it's going to come with consequences. That's all.
Yeah.
Did you have something that you, something?
I don't really think so.
Someone wanted to say
Okay.
something.
I want to say something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You were saying that everyone has a past, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so wouldn't you want to look back to this moment in your life and be like, I wasn't like everyone. I don't have a past. I wasn't partying around. I wasn't fucking around. Like, I don't have a past like everybody. Why would you want to be like everybody?
Wait, what?
I think it's more of a cope. I
You're
think it's a
saying
cope.
it should be better for a woman to want to basically say they haven't done all that, basically.
Yeah. Why, like you said, everyone has a past. Why would you want to be like everybody? Why would you want to say, yeah, I had to party, I had to do all that to learn? Why can't you learn? Icy's telling you her story. Why can't you learn from someone else going through it?
I don't have her life. Her life is different than mine. We are never going to live that same path. Everyone has a past, meaning when you meet the person that you're supposed to be with, there was a past before that. You lived a life. I can't speak on her situation. I've seen my cousin struggle with having 2 sons. That's part of the reason why I would never put myself in that position.
You do when you have sex, though.
Who said I was having sex?
Well, you said I haven't had sex with everyone I've
we
been
went
with.
from
but you went,
bikini
hold on.
pictures to sex out of
Hold on.
nowhere. Let's not
Hold
attack
on,
her for
hold on.
her
Yeah,
sexuality.
no, I'm
To
being
be
for
fair-
real. When did I say I was having
Hold on.
sex?
with yours.
To be fair, she didn't say she's having sex.
That's true.
And you know why I believe her? Niggas take on a date. Niggas say no ass. They can wait. Let's do some chats.
I meant your long-term
Sure,
relationship.
sure, whatever you say.
I meant
huh?
your long-term relationship. I wasn't saying that you're just having sex with a bunch of people.
What about it?
I'm saying that like you probably had sex with your long-term boyfriend. That's what I'm saying. Like you could maybe get a child through having sex. And
Yeah,
not,
but
and out
I'm
of, like,
careful because, like I said, I'm live my life differently than y'all. So I know when my ovulating. I'm keep track of my hormones. I know
I
all
do
of
too.
that. So I would never put myself in that position to get pregnant out of wedlock. And honestly, the whole idea of marriage, I'm not
Shots of
too
Plan
big
B.
on it because financially it's not smart to get married in today's time. Yeah, I want a wedding ceremony, a ring and all that, but to be married on a paper, it's not for me because
W.
I am actually trying to break away from everything that the government has.
Yeah, I feel you. We're not married under the law. We're
Oh,
married.
okay.
Our church married us.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
so we're not married under the law. I didn't even. This is his. It's like a family heirloom. This
Yeah,
ring.
I'm
and-
like the same way. I want
And I'm
all that
against.
too.
Man.
I'm against weddings though.
And you have 2 years on me too.
Yeah, no,
So-
and I used to not want to get married, and listen, I
Yeah,
think
like-
weddings, off topic, huge scam. I don't want to pay for a bunch of people to go to dinner.
Yeah,
so
no, I
many
don't even
women
like people.
are like the bigger the
Facts.
ring, that's how much my fiance loves me. It's such a waste of money and a show for everyone else. So I think weddings are a huge scam, and yeah, when the government gets involved, that's not good. So we're only married before God. That's what matters to me.
Yeah.
W.
Fair enough.
Here's some chats here.
All right, I will. We'll hit some of these chats real quick. Mo, you have the best ones, right? All right. Question for ladies: what is the most romantic thing a man can do for a woman, and what's the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man?
Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
That's a good question.
I think the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man is acts of service. Make sure the man is pleased, make sure the man have everything he needs. You listen to him, you support him emotionally.
Okay.
And then
For the woman? Or
woman,
sorry, for the
the
man.
I like when my man makes me feel safe, when he provides for me, when he makes sure I have a house, I have food, and I have a safe environment.
That's good. For you?
The most romantic thing a man can do?
Yeah. Or you could say something maybe your boyfriend did for you since you're in a relationship.
If he did,
I'm sure he did if they're in a relationship still.
maybe not.
I don't know. He's just all the same things. I mean, he's provides for me. He gives me money. It's funny because I actually call him my sugar daddy jokingly, but
Right.
like to girls I'm around because how old am I? 19-year-olds don't have other, man who actually who's
provides.
21,
Alright.
who actually like gives money and doesn't, you
So
know.
he provides for you. So that's the most romantic thing for you. And then what do you do? What's the most romantic thing
He gets
you've
sugar,
done, you do
alright.
for him?
That's rude. Anyways,
Dang, fresh.
I can't help it. Sorry.
also, to add back to earlier, what's one thing before this show that I knew was gonna happen? I knew everybody was gonna call me a whale. I knew they were gonna make fun of me for being fat. Like I already knew that was gonna happen. But anyways,
All right, cool.
So yeah, what's the most romantic thing you've done for your guy? So he
I
provides for you,
cook
which
and
is cool.
clean and
All right.
do everything else.
Acts
in the
of
house,
service.
so,
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What about
Kind
you?
of the same thing that they said.
Nah, we need something new.
Come on.
I think
New
it's gonna
York.
be
We need something new. New York.
Come on, ping pong.
Romantic. Think of a novella.
Romantic.
Bachata,
A
merengue.
date, a trip
Where?
Yeah.
Okay. On
A
whose end?
trip.
On whose end? The man or woman?
on the man.
So the man take you on a trip.
Both. Half and half.
Wait, your dude don't take you on dates?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Where? To the
They're
hood?
both 18.
The Bronx? BX?
All right, dates. And then what's the most romantic thing a woman can do?
Yeah, cook and clean and provide.
Do you do that?
Cardi B.
Do I do that? No, not right now. I'm in a talking stage.
Okay. All right. I guess he's not dating you because y'all are in a talking stage. All right. He's not taking you on dates. What about you? What's the most romantic thing a woman can do in a relationship and a man?
I think quality time.
Okay.
I don't think people realize
on whose
how
part?
For who?
on both sides, time is very precious.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just think if someone takes time out their day to think and spend time with me, then that's something. Because you could be doing anything else in the world, but you want to spend time with me.
That's
Facts.
powerful.
Facts.
That's powerful.
Okay. Well, give us one sex specific for the two genders. So it's
In Pacific, I would say like for a man, I would still say quality time, even if it's just sitting down and watching a show that
Okay.
we don't really care for. But as a woman, I would say like the nurturing aspect and paying attention to what your man needs. It's not even just like because a lot of men don't buy things that they actually need for themselves and taking care of themselves, but noticing that and then being just having
Consideration.
it there, I
Alright.
think they really appreciate that.
Powerful.
what about you? The
Okay,
married one.
so I'd say the most romantic thing, I'll just use my own marriage, for instance. Obviously, for a woman being able to cook and clean, but I'll give some more specific examples like what I do. I wake my husband up with a massage and coffee every single morning, and every single night I'm scratching his scalp and like giving him a back massage until he falls asleep. It's important that he falls asleep first. And I would say something that's romantic that he does for me. Well, since I do all of the cooking, it's nice when he takes me out for dinner because it's like a little break and it's just special. And then also, even just while we're here in Miami, he's kind of like my little bodyguard, like making sure if there's any men walking by, he just like puts his arm around me and just making sure that I'm protected. That's what it's really romantic. And that's something that a woman could never do for a man.
W. Wow.
Fantastic.
Love
wow.
it.
Okay. I like it.
You are blessed.
What about you?
Holy.
I want to say like
Just say that you don't know.
no, on both sides, like just being able to talk about like your deepest thoughts
Okay.
is very important. That's how you get to know someone. I think that's the most romanticest thing you can do.
Okay. Now give us sex
for a
specific
man,
ones. Yeah.
First, like, well, sex specific.
Well,
So,
gender specific.
but let me tell you, like, it's very important that a man makes a woman come first. If that happens,
Literature? You mean literally or figuratively?
C-U-M or
literally,
C-O-M-E?
C-U-M,
Okay.
because
Okay.
that alleviates a lot of problems. Like I said, sex is very important to women. It may be in different importance to men and women, but it's very important to women, for me
Okay.
at least, or speaking from what I know, that can alleviate a lot of issues,
All right.
attitudes, and all that. So if you're caring in the bedroom, then that just makes the woman want to do so much more for you.
All right. And then what makes a woman, I guess, romantic for her man? What's the
Like
romantic thing she does?
basically letting him be vulnerable. Some men are not able to do that because they haven't found someone they can be vulnerable with, but that's very important because men have feelings.
All right. I'll ask you a
So you
question.
want a crybaby?
Who do you think?
Not a crybaby, but I want someone who's genuine and able to break down to me.
Okay. Let me ask you this: for a relationship to last in long term, who do you think whose sexual satisfaction you think is more important?
The woman.
You think the woman's?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Would you say women get into relationships with men for sex first?
No.
So how is it the most important thing?
Okay.
Because on the flip side, why do men deal with women? Sex first.
Yeah, sure. I guess I don't know. I can't really speak for men. I can only speak for me as a woman. But I know
What is
that.
the number one reason why men talk to and court women?
Well, yeah, for sex.
Fantastic. Now, what is the number one reason why women deal with men?
So
It's not sex.
yeah, okay, yeah. But this is what I'm saying.
See how the logic is kind of.
No, hear me out.
All right, sure. Go ahead.
So, as a man, you want to be catered to, like point blank. Period. A woman needs to have her satisfactions filled so she can literally give her all to a man. If the man is not able to fulfill those because of whatever reasons, it could be selfish reasons, I don't know, it won't work. Like, that's my opinion.
For a man, right?
Who has more requirements?
Sexual
No,
requirements?
who has more requirements of the other partner? Do women have more requirements of men, or do men have more requirements of women?
Women have more requirements for men.
Fair enough.
That being said,
So,
if
hold
he
on.
can meet those requirements,
Yeah.
the woman should be able to do the cook, clean, whatever, all that housewife stuff, and be emotional catering to him. But as long as he's fulfilling, the basics
So you're
and the
telling me-
sexual part.
So let me get this straight. So he has to fulfill all those requirements and make you come. When for him, all he needs is really to come and you just not be annoying.
Bruh.
Is that a fair deal, or is that a fair trade for the man, realistically speaking?
Okay. But you're contradicting yourself in a way.
How so?
Because what is the woman supposed to bring to the table then? The catering stuff, right?
Her main agency is her sexual agency.
No.
Oh, really?
That's important for women, I said. For men can get sex anywhere, right? We're talking about that the whole time.
Not really.
And they will cheat if they want to.
Well, actually, it's not that simple. Because remember, you're kind of going here in circles. You're not really addressing the main point here. You're saying that a woman's sexual satisfaction is extremely important to a relationship.
It is.
You can make that argument. But what I'm saying is that, and then I asked you, whose sexual satisfaction is more important for the relationship to last? And then you said the woman's. I
Think about
respectfully
it.
disagree.
Isn't it? You literally just sat here and said if a woman cheats, the man needs to leave her automatically.
Yes.
So why would a woman cheat on a man?
For a
'Cause she
multitude of
doesn't-
reasons. For emotional reasons,
Boring.
typically.
She doesn't respect him.
Yeah.
She doesn't respect him.
For
Okay.
the
know.
relationship.
She's not getting
know-
her
I know what
emotional.
you're gonna say. You're gonna say because she's not satisfied, especially in the
She's
bedroom.
not satisfied that way, and he also may not be doing the other thing also. But a
Like what?
woman needs to be satisfied so she can give her all to the man.
So I agree with you on the part where you got to make your girl come. I think that's mandatory. I mean, we could say you don't have to, but you probably should just because you're fulfilling all her
And this is the
sexual needs.
thing.
However, at the same time, if I'm giving her the provision, the quality time, and protecting her and giving her sex, I mean, that's a lot on my plate as a man. So what are you giving to me after all that, other than smashing?
We just talked about how men don't like women that actually bring stuff to the table. They don't care about education, job, career. That's bullshit to them.
Mhm.
But for me, that would never be the case. So I'm going to bring what I can to the table. You need to provide for me so that I can actually have the energy to give back to you and want to give back to you.
The energy?
If your energy, the want, the need, the encouragement, like if you can't satisfy me in that specific way, I'm not saying that's the only thing, but listen, hear me out. If you're doing it with your partner and it's selfish in a way where it feels like it's more about him, then it doesn't make the woman, or for me, want to do anything.
So you're saying I have to do all of that and then put you.
I believe that a woman should bring stuff to the table other than just cooking and cleaning.
Like what?
Like what? She can have her own hustle. She can have her own ability to actually take care of herself. I'm not saying that is what's supposed to happen.
No, but
woman shouldn't be helpless.
you're not paying the bills for the man. I'm just saying we can give to him personally.
You just said
That's tangible.
your own hustle. That's not our hustle.
Yeah, for him tangibly. Like what can you give to him other than sex?
Because
Emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
Tangible means like
something you can touch.
mhm.
Can't touch emotions.
So there's
Wait,
not much. Then.
Stupid.
Okay, so
I think the biggest, I'll just make it very simple. I simply asked who needs to be sexually satisfied in a relationship, right, for it to like last. And what I'm arguing is that the man needs to be, and the man needs to be fulfilled because that is the predominant thing we care about when we deal with you. All right. If a man can protect you, you're not going to take him seriously because that's the predominant thing that you care about when we get with you. So, in other words, me protecting you is my duty. I need to do that. Okay. Your duty as a woman is to sexually satisfy your man. It's the main reason we get with you. The main reason you get with us is for security. Main reason we get with you is sex. If we're going to keep it all the way 1,000. So, with all due respect, your sexual satisfaction is kind of at the